Will, let me ask you this. T.J. Watt, one of the best defensive players in all of football, Defensive Player of the Year in 2021. I feel like the Steelers should have already paid him, made him the highest paid defensive player in football, surpassing that of Max Crosby and Myles Garrett. T.J. Watt, I still think currently is the best defender playing, followed closely by Myles Garrett. And if you say it's Myles Garrett, I will not dispute you at all whatsoever. Is it safe to say T.J. Watt deserves better from the Steelers?
First of all, my dog, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. What's up, dog?
Happy to see you, my brother.
Hey, man, it's been a minute. Deserve better. I think this is gonna get a deal done. I mean, he's clearly the best player on the team, has been for a long time, and I just feel like right now, yes, Max got his money, Myles got his money, and this kind of a standoff with Hendrickson and Micah and TJ. I feel like right now that's what's happening. That's the standoff because there's no reason for them not to. Now we can say. The management doesn't have to do anything because he's currently under contract. So clearly, they don't have to do anything. He could sit there at I think he's making 21 this year. But he deserves all the money he's going to get. But right now, I'm looking from a big perspective. Like, there's definitely a standoff. It's almost like Micah's waiting for Henderson to get paid, and then TJ's probably waiting for Mike to get paid. So eventually, he's going to get his money. It's just right now, they don't have to do anything. And I feel like that TJ's camp's kind of waiting to see what everyone else is doing.
I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, y'all all played this game. Y'all know how this thing works. It takes time. Listen, first of all, to answer the question, right, I'm going to say no. He doesn't deserve better. You know why? Because his job is going to get done. But this is going to get done. If I look at Aaron Donald, right, all the Bosa brothers, I look at Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett had to say, you know what, I want to go to a winning team to be happy, right? They paid him. Ezekiel Elliott, he had to go get monetized down in the Bahamas so he get a deal. Everybody goes to these issues. Micah Parsons, you think he's happy right now? He got a deal done? He's from Harrisburg. That's where I'm from. So I can tell you, no,
he's actually in camp, though. That's the good thing. Like, he came to work.
Yeah, but you got to play the politics. But he don't want to be there. He want to get his money. So every superstar other than the quarterbacks go through this. So he'll be all right.
He'll be all right, but at what point do you get annoyed? Like, Shady, you've been in these situations. You became the highest paid running back in all of football. At what point is it taking too long? And also, it's like, don't make me beg for my bread. Especially if I'm T.J. Watt, I shouldn't have to beg for my bread. I think about how the Niners did Christian McCaffrey, as opposed to how the Niners did maybe Trent Williams. Christian McCaffrey, he had an all-pro season. He was Offensive Player of the Year following 2 seasons ago. And very quietly, the Niners repaid Christian McCaffrey. As opposed to Brandon Ayuk. Hey, can I get my money, please, Trent Williams? Can I get my money, please? You shouldn't have to, if you're T.J. Watt, have to really beg for your bread. Myles Garrett, you could suggest he had to beg for his bread because he had to put out that whole statement, I want to go win championships. Yeah. But the Browns paid him, I think, within a week or two. So, T.J., at what point, Shady, because you've been in these situations, is it taking too long? Why are we going into camp? I've been the best player.
Listen. Aaron Donald's one of my main guys.
Of course.
My boy, one of my best friends. And he's like, yo, can you believe that the Rams didn't really they wanted to pay me, but they dragged their feet. Everybody goes to this. This is not T.J. Watt's first time getting his paper. You know that, right? Mm-hmm. He had to wait before. You forgot? He had to wait before to get his money. So my thing is, sometimes it takes a little longer. I'm okay with it. All the best players that I know, when you're going to get your second big deal, your third big deal, they take time. And the owners, they try to find little small ways not to pay you all the money you deserve. But you got to do certain things. You know, I had a conversation with Jacobs from the Packers. Josh Jacobs, right? And we're not going all to his business, but we on TV. You know, TV, we like to run our mouth. So, anyway. And I'm like, yo, man, you deserve your money with the Raiders. You are one of the best running backs. You led the NFL in rushing. Mm-hmm. Why you didn't get your money yet? He said, well, they didn't give me an offer. So I'm sitting there like, well, what did you do? Did you say something? And you don't want to like the bad guy. Because you got the fans, right? The fans on your side. But soon you start talking about money, like, oh, he's been an individual. No. So when you look at T.J. Watt, he ain't really said nothing to the public. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really say much because he thinks the deal is going to get done. I think if he says something immediately like, hey, man, I ain't happy right now. You know, I'm the best player in the squad, which y'all all know. I want this type of money. I think there might be some little speed to getting a deal done if he says something like that. But if he don't, I think he knows that the deal's going to get done eventually. And I think that when you want something like that, it takes time. This ain't a $10 million deal, Acho. Yeah. This is probably the biggest defensive.
40 almost.
You know what I'm saying?
More than it should be.
So if you won't wait, if I told you, you know what, Acho, I got a lottery ticket for you, dog, right here in my pocket. And all you gotta do is wait a little bit longer for this lottery ticket. Or I got some money in the other pocket. It's not a lottery ticket. It's good $20 million, though. You know, you can feed the family, the kids.
At worst, you're getting $20 million.
But look, would you take that right away? The immediate $20 million?
I'm waiting, or I'm saying, don't move me to another team because they willing to give me the lottery ticket right away.
No.
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 Why no?
Move to another team? He's not going nowhere.
He hasn't won a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken, with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He's not going anywhere.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Unless you're going to rebuild the Steelers, like, you ain't moving him.
So if you know you're not moving him, why not just give him the lotto ticket?
Because I look at this situation, it's similar to, go back to 2007 with Strahan. You know, he was willing to he sat out the entire training camp to get paid. And it's funny, you talk to him now, he said, had I known if it's going to cost me $200,000 just to get paid, he goes, I'd do it every year. Every year. So there's nothing wrong with being patient. Another elite pass rusher. He knows, like I said, TJ knows he's going to get paid. So right now, like Shady mentioned, this is how it goes. It's a standoff. I need to see what he's going to do. I need to see what he's going to do because maybe someone goes crazy and resets the market with their defensive end. Because Daniil Hunter got paid, who TJ Watt should get more than.
Then Max got paid.
Max Crosby got paid, who he should get
more than. Then Miles got paid.
And then Miles, who he believes he should get more than, and most people could agree to that.
He should. He's the next one up. Next one up. No matter who's better.
And then Micah. Micah's up. So it's just a matter, he's just sitting back, waiting to see what them two are going to do. So not just deserves better, he's going to get better.
If you're TJ Watt and you've been in Pittsburgh for 8 years, going on 9, I don't think they've won a playoff game. I think the last playoff win was in 2016.
It's been bad.
I may be wrong. It's been a long time. So haven't won a playoff game in your entire tenure. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're a 5-time All-Pro, a 4-time first team All-Pro. At what point do you want out? Or do you just want to sit there and never win anything?
Real quick, have you been to Pittsburgh lately?
Never.
Have you been to Cleveland lately?
Yes.
When last time you been to Cleveland?
3 years ago.
Oh, that's not recent. But anyway.
I went to Pittsburgh last year.
And you talk about TJ Watt in Pittsburgh, bro.
You thought he played in the 70s.
Come on now. You go to Cleveland, you talk about Myles Garrett. Come on. So sometimes, like, you want to go to a winning team, but when you such a freaking legend already there, it's hard to leave. So my thing is they're going to make the money right because they don't want to lose TJ Watt. It's bigger than just the Steelers. You know, in Pittsburgh, the football players there, all the legends, the great players, they are worshipped there. He ain't leaving there. And he started a lot of that stuff.
And his family's there, like everybody's
And the last thing is, you know the money's coming.
Yeah.
The money's going to come. It's just a matter of the date you want.
Right.
Right? I want it in July. I might not get it till the end of July. I've been there.
But how hard is it to play a game if you know you do not have a legitimate chance at winning? TJ Watt's not an idiot. At this point in time, he has to understand, and maybe with Aaron Rodgers, whom we'll talk about later, he might think there's a legitimate chance of winning. Every year, Shady, you laced up the cleats outside of maybe 2014 when Nick Foles got hurt and Michael Vick was hurt, and we started that season with the quarterback kind of carousel, if you will. Outside of that, I'm sure every year you took the field, you're like, McNabb, I can win a chip. Brady, I can win a chip. Pat, I can win a chip. Vic, I can win a chip. Will Blackmon, you're saying Aaron Rodgers, I can win a chip. Brett Favre, I can win a chip. Eli Manning, I can win a chip. TJ Watt is not in the similar situation y'all are in. He has a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Before that, he had Russell Wilson. He had Kenny Pickett. He had Justin Fields. He had Mason Rudolph. He had Mitch Trubisky. I don't think TJ Watt is looking at himself saying, I can win a chip. How hard is it to play the game knowing that's not within the realm of possibility?
He's looking right now. First of all, Aaron's not coming there knowing that TJ's not going to be there. I'm sure that has been discussed. They're going to figure it out. But if I'm TJ, I'm looking over. I see a 41 Aaron Rodgers. He's still the best quarterback I had in a long time. Yeah. And then also you see them get Jalen Ramsey, you get Darius Slay, you get all these guys. So you're like, there's no reason for me to leave. He's going to get paid. It's just a matter of, like you said, just win. And if he got to chill, he got to chill. Here's the thing. He can miss as much time as he needs to and still go in there and cook.
Last thought, Shady.
No, I'm mistaken. You saw championships. What year did he win? I forget what year he won. He was player of the year.
2021.
Yeah. If I had to bet and gamble that he thought he was going to win a championship, he's probably said no. Do your job, dog. We all want to win championships. It's your job to get sacked.